Hey everyone, it's done. Box is empty. I finished the build. Yay! Interesting build. I had a few problems with it, as you may or may not know. Talked about them in the previous videos. In short, it doesn't really fit well, the parts, so you need some filler and some sanding. The decals are a nightmare, and when you think you got them on properly, they turn out to be a new nightmare, which I'll talk about shortly. And that's about it, I think. No. Where was it? There. Can you read that? It says copyright 2014. No, it's not. I couldn't understand why it just didn't fit like it did. Just didn't fit like it did. Moving on. Anyway, I did some digging on the internet, and it turns out this is Reeboks. And it's probably a Reeboks of a 1994 kit. So that explains a few of the minor issues I had with this kit. There's an even older date for it, it's 1985, but I'm not sure if that's accurate for this one. I did notice, however, even though this is number 145, there's sprues 141 and something else in there as well. So maybe 141 is a drone, I'm not sure. Anyway, yeah. Oh, you may want to see the model, right? Let me get that. There we go. And maybe should stop speed talking as well. So there she is, the finished model. Now, my previous video, I think I talked about the decals not going flat into the recesses and all that good stuff, so I used a lot of this stuff, which is a strong decal setting solution. And after a while, the decals mostly went flat. I had to do a little bit of surgery here and there, but I was happy that the decals were on, so I could continue. I gloss coated it, and then I sprayed it over with Ultimate Wash Concrete, and I sprayed it with my airbrush, and I've never done that before, but it went on nicely with a 0.4, I think, yeah, 0.4 needle. And I used a fairly low pressure of 15 psi. Just I didn't want to blast it all over and completely make it light gray, but I wanted a little bit of control over that. So I did some testing on an old model, or my big F16, and I found that 15 psi worked for me, so I used that. So that went on well, left it to dry like the instructions say, half an hour, yeah, and then started rubbing the excess away, and then I found all over all the decals there were tiny little channels which were filled with the wash, and I couldn't get it out because I with a old airbrush cleaner bottle with water in it, not airbrush cleaner obviously, I rinsed the whole model off, and it was completely back to the gloss coat again, except for the decals. They had nice and tiny white highlights all over them. Nightmare. So I was seriously considering scrapping this one and just starting all over again. I maybe get a different brand, because my local hobby shop decided to stock the Hasegawa one, and I've heard that one's a bit better than this one, but I haven't built it, I'm not sure. Anyway, I left it, I put it away, and came back the next day and looked at it again, and then I thought, maybe if I use a black wash, and this is Vallejo's black wash, it's not the best wash out there, but it's what I have available, and use it all over the decals to darken it down, so the teeny tiny channels are black instead of bright. I could fix it. So I did a little test on one of the decals, I think somewhere, one of these or there, I can't remember, it's not really important anyway. So I did a little test, and that turned out to be the way to save this one. So I went over with this on every single decal, removed the excess, then did another gloss coat, so this was protected, and then I took that again and sprayed it again, and this is the result. So it didn't go all crazy with the weathering. I wanted to be a little bit subtle, and the camera is not showing the same picture as I'm looking at in real life. Anyway, so I did a little subtle weathering, and yeah, I'm calling it done. I varnished it matte with spray can, rattle can. Words. Would be fun if I remember what I was going to tell you. Yeah, matte varnished it and removed the masking where needed, and now it's done. So I can send it off to the customer, which is a whole new challenge for me yet again. So I've never shipped an assembled painted model anywhere, let alone to the other side of the world. So yeah, so did the same thing on the belows, on the underside. Obviously I went over with the dark wash first on the decals on the underside, and then yeah, did the same thing with the concrete wash and the varnish, and then I glued in the landing gear and the doors and all that. So yeah, there she is, all done. So this is going on its first flight soon, in a box. No, actually in a, hold on, put this away somewhere safe. And there we are again. Yeah, in a white balance. Hello. In a custom-made foam container, so it's protected, and it should be able to move anywhere. This is just the bottom half, and the top half is still drying. Well, the glue is drying, so I can put the model in here, slide over the top, and then it's got like 4 or 5 layers of protection. And then I'll bubble wrap around that and put it in a plastic container, make sure this can't move anywhere, and so on and so forth. So yeah, this was a whole new thinking process all over again. I first thought I'd take a example, a big foam block which is pre-glued, and carve out the shape of the aircraft in that and then make something similar. That didn't work, so I just went with the individual layers and starting from the bottom up, mark where the wheels are, there and there. They are the lowest point, and then the next layer you have to take in account the rest of the landing gear and the doors and all other sticky out bits, so the caps get a little bit wider and the fuselage, and yeah, you get it, hopefully. So once that's complete, I will be sending it off to the customer, because it is complete, it is done. I want it out of my house and get on with a new project, or maybe I should first finish some of the ongoing projects. I will be doing one off camera, which is Space Shuttle Atlantis. I started this one 2 years, 3 years ago, I'm not sure, and I put it back in the box because I've no space for it anywhere. Well, the shuttle itself, yeah, but the rockets and everything, it's just becoming way too big and I can't put it anywhere, so I just put it back in its box, and yeah, that was that. But I recently learned my niece, which is the age of a kid, I'm not sure how old she is. Shame. Anyway, moving on. She's really interested in space and spaceflight and stuff like that. So I thought, why not finish this one and give it to her as a display thing. So I'll be doing that, and I'll have a think on what I shall film next, because I still have the Horton to finish, and the Gampla, and the Star Trek USS Excelsior. I think that's my ongoing film projects, and then I have a few side projects just to keep myself entertained. So I have a Warhammer thingy, which I started doing recently, so I will be playing around with that in my own time. No, I'm not gonna start on the Revell Millennium Falcon yet. I have too much other things to do at the moment, so I'll keep you waiting, Paul, I think. Yeah, anyway. This concludes the Blackbird series, so thank you very much for watching, watching me suffer. And yeah, I hope to see you in the next whatever I'm gonna film. So, see you around, guys. Take care. Bye.